So hey, social media friends, uh, work with me here, okay? So we're gonna do a little playing, but since I ain't got a cameraman, I gotta work to, push the buttons myself. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, I'm sorry, it's you. How you doing? You doing good? Me? I'm doing great. It's my bedtime. You wanna hang with me? Well, it is my bedtime, and I was just wanting to say good night to you, or rather, evidently, you wanted to say good night to me because you just came over, you just touched that screen, and you like, oh, you want to say good night to me? Well, good night, bye. See you later. Nah, I ain't gonna kick you out like that. I would invite you in, but since you stationary, you know how I can't keep my hands off of you. I could you know, drag you into the room. I ain't doing none of that. But I was thinking about you, and I want to hang and play with you. But it's my bedtime. And and so I had thoughts. Um, hold on. I showed which brother would be my cameraman. And so, because today is 420. 420, right? Yeah. And so, tearing away, this is a thought that I want to share because this is the end of the day. Because at the end of the day gonna end, right? Um, and so the thought that I want to share with you was this: I made notes. Fair, like you know, you see what I did there, right? It's all cute. It's nice. It look like I got money, right? No, I am. Far as the government standards, I am, you know, poor. I'm a poor person. You knew what I was going to say, right? Yeah, I'm a poor motherfucker. According to government guidelines, I'm poverty level. So that makes me poor. But, you know, I do fair for a square. And I was thinking about that. I said, as poor as I am, I do pretty fair for a square. But I'm well rounded like a circle. You feel me? And then I got to thinking about shapes. And I was thinking about, okay, then I would, that triangle. I think our president, he would think of himself as the triangle, the pyramid. You know how those elites like to be at the top, And then, so I started thinking, okay, then if I should pick a shape for myself, I would like to be shaped like a diamond, multifaceted. But no, even more so than that, uh, I would like to be considered the shape of a icosahedron, isocahedron, and I Google it, look it up. An isocahedron, it's like a multifaceted. Like a lot of us mothers. Well, I can't just really say mothers, but us human beings, right? Yeah, we are like ico icosahedron. Okay, is it focus? This word right here. Yeah, look it up. Um, yeah, that word right there, icosahedron. Because it's like how us we're born one way, but like we wear, like I consider myself a jack of all trades, master of none, because I like to garden. I used to like to bake, but not no more. And I like being crafty, doing things with my hand. I like, you know, designing out my space. I like crafting. I like doing a whole lot of stuff. And so that makes me multifaceted. You feel me? And so, but the thought that I had that I want to share with you, you know, before I go to bed and lay myself down to sleep, because you know, God had woke me up yet another day, and this is the end of the day. Because you know how they say, at the end of the day gonna end. Did you live your life how you want to live it? I can very well say that should the good Lord take me in my sleep and not bless me with another day to live tomorrow, I could very well say I had a good time while I was here. I didn't go outside and do no gardening. I had it in my heart and in my mind that I wanted to. But if the good Lord should let me live, I'm going to do some gardening. And so my thought that I want to share with you is this. Every day that we get to wake up, because not everybody is blessed to wake up, right? You know how I be telling you at the end of the day going, no, how I be telling you, man born a woman, we all gonna die. You know we ain't here to stay. Yeah, and since we ain't here to stay, you know, like, on your deathbed, don't go kicking and screaming like, oh, I don't want to go. No, be able to say, you know what, I had a good time, and should my number be called that it's time for me to go, you know what? I'm not going to go kicking and screaming. I'm going to say I had a real good time, and I enjoyed myself while I was here, and what's on the other side of death, I do not know. And should I just go to sleep and slumber and don't know nothing about the bullshit of living, you know, I had a good time while I was here. And so, and I also wanted to say that, well, I had it in my head exactly what I wanted to say, but then I kind of, you know, started getting flustered and, you know, kind of lose my thought, what I wanted to say to you. But I suppose that, you know, well, you know, the relationship that me and you got, you know the relationship we got, how you just, you know, click me on, then I just let you into my world. Yeah. And it's a good thing, how good God is, that what? Right? You don't even have to do all that. All you got to do is lightly tap that screen, and then I open up my world to you. I share me with you, and you share you. Well, you don't really. Well, you do share yourself with me. You share your time, your energy, and your attention with me. And I sure appreciate you for that. I do appreciate you for that. And because I be wondering about you. I be like, oh, you like me like that? I sure appreciate you for liking me like that. Because, you know, I like you too like that. Yeah, I do. I do like you like that. I'm thinking here. I'm trying to wrap this up to say, cause I had got out the bed, you know, cause I was gonna click you on live, right? And I was like, I feel like hang with you live. Let me, you know, pre-record video and act like I'm talking to you live, because it's a whole different vibe when I'm talking to you live. But yeah, the whole main point is don't stress about tomorrow. Look, what if you don't even live tomorrow? And you got today and you stressing about next week? What if you even live next week? Huh? You stressing about some bills? You only got one day at a time? I'll be stressing about no bills? You know I was getting ready to say, right? Yeah. I done stopped cursing, but I ain't. Because you know what I was going to say. I'll be stressing about no motherfucking bills. Guess what? And stop being judgmental. Stop standing in the place of God like, ooh, you ought not be cursing like that. Don't God keep waking me up, giving me another chance? Yeah, so stop minding God's business and stop judging people. But you know we're going to judge, right? Because I be judging too. I be judging. Oh, we all be judging people. And God be giving me another chance. Giving me another chance in life. Yeah. I guess that's all I had to say was, take it easy. Rest easy, like, suppose, well, good morning. How you doing? You ready to start your day? Because whatever time this, like I'm getting ready to go to bed, but suppose, look, you clicking me on, right? And you might be just waking up in the morning. So I want to say this to you, because I'm ready to go to bed, and you probably just now clicking me on, starting your day. God woke you up today, because at the end of the day going to end. Not everybody is blessed to have a full day of life. And so enjoy your minutes, your hours, and your moments of living. Yeah, don't be stressed about, oh, well, I got problems and, oh, the bill collector and I owe this and I owe that. Don't be stressed about that. No. Take it one day at a time, because that's all you got is, one day at a time. So, enjoy your life. Okay, that's all I got to say. All right. Love you. Talk to you later. And so, man, I wish Bella was my cameraman, and then I could just close the door and be like, okay, I'll hang with you at another time. All right, bye. But since I'm, this is a one-man, operation, I gotta come up to you and push the button to turn it off. Talk to you later, bye.